Ann Haines started her career as a teacher, focused on supporting kids who needed the most help. But throughout her time in the classroom, she dreamed of opening a Catholic worker house that is a place dedicated to charity and social justice.
So when the Capuchin Franciscans moved out of their friary at 2nd and Burleigh, it was really the perfect opportunity. Anne took possession and began taking in survivors of sex trafficking and exploitation. She's been helping women create new lives.
For that work, Ann Haines is our unsung hero of the year.
We were pretty young. I guess Annie was probably around 9 at the time. We made a stupid remark that, like, we were poor. And so my dad, he didn't think much of that statement at all. And he says, I'm going to show you what poor is. And he took us to downtown Milwaukee. We were living in New Berlin. So the next morning, I remember getting up and getting downstairs, and my sister had emptied her piggy bank. She said, Mom and Dad, please give this to the poor people so they won't freeze to death. So that's how kind and loving her heart is.
She's always just had a caring heart. She's always been super positive.
She showed me to, in order to receive, you also have to give. And that's exactly what Anne does.
She has this really unique skill of bringing people in, inspiring people to generosity.
My name is Ann Haines, and I'm from St. Bakhita Catholic Worker House. We're a community of women living together, walking with survivors of human trafficking and sexual exploitation.
Sometimes that's in the form of street prostitution. Sometimes that's in the form of human trafficking, sex trafficking.
So the women are able to work, save money, gain financial literacy, and so when they leave here, they're in a good situation. We do education, retreats, we have mass here twice a week.
And the hope is that they've built up this ability to find relationships that are supportive and nurturing and caring, and have job skills, a savings account, but then also learning how to work on a team, learning how to handle conflict, learning how to manage a schedule.
She just wants to help them to be a success and to be able to have the skills and abilities and sense of self-worth and dignity so that they can have the kind of life that they deserve.
I don't think actually that I would still be alive. I would be out there lost in the street somewhere. Because it's not easy trusting people. Being able to feel that homey feeling and that trust right along with it is just awesome. And that's what St. Bakhita and Miss Ann has brought, into my life.
They know they are loved and leave here with a sense of hope and dignity and knowing that they are loved greatly.
The Catholic workers and Anne are able to provide this really loving embrace so that when they come home, it feels like a home. She's able to draw them in so that this woman that's coming off of the streets or coming out of this horrible situation has a place that's her own, with her own journal. I mean, she thought of that, they should have a journal on the desk when they get here, right? They should have a basket of shampoos and bath oils. There's just this special touch that she makes for it.
It's like a real close-knit family. And Anne is like the mom you never had.
I think that until we love ourselves and then learn to love others, we can never really go out into the world healthy. Trust is something you earn. Consistently being there when you're needed, or going the extra mile and showing acts of kindness. A lot of them haven't had that in their lives, and I think that's a game changer.
And of course, she was drawn initially to education and wanted to be a teacher.
From a young age, in my early 20s, I was very interested in the Catholic worker movement. But in the meantime, I became a teacher and a mother of 6.
She taught theology when we were at Mesmer, when I was there. The entire 4 years, we've always had a relationship. And then by the time when she got promoted to the head of the theology department, she had her own office in the back. So I was able to go in our chapel and see her office and just see her first step up from teaching.
As my kids grew older, I started to work in urban ministry for the Archdiocese of Milwaukee. And the opportunity to receive this incredible gift set me thinking, we can maybe launch a Catholic worker house. And I thought, if not now, when, right? I mean, how often do you get a convent or a former convent and friary given to you? 40 years of reading books about Dorothy Day and the foundress of the Catholic worker movement, and just always really being cognizant of my passion for her way of living the gospel. in a way that fights for social justice and works, not only just works on behalf of the poor, but lives in solidarity with the poor and those living on the margins.
When this became a reality, and it took God's grace to bring all those components together for this to happen, this is a dream come true for her. We thought Mom and Dad were pulling some strings up there in heaven to make it happen.
To see her elevate and go from a teacher to being the head of this house here is just amazing. And I see her doing great things, and she deserves everything that's coming to her.
And thanks for being a sister, and not just to your immediate family, but to everybody that you come across and to the community that you live in.
You're such a warm and beautiful person, and a well-deserved. And I love you from the bottom of my heart.
You deserve everything coming to you, and I'm so proud of you, and I hope you really, really show out, because you deserve this award, Ms. Haines. Like, clap it up for yourself. Be happy. Yay, Ms. Haines.
I know you don't like a lot of attention and awards, and I know you get more out of it than you would say you give to it. But what you're doing is amazing. You make the gospel real for us and inspire us and even challenge us to do what you're doing. And as your brother, just to let you know, I'm proud of you, but I always have, from the day you were born.
This isn't over yet. Keep going.
Please help me welcome to the stage our 2023 Positively Milwaukee Unsung Hero,
Haines.
So when I was trying to get an outfit together for this evening, I came across these pearls, and I thought back to the day that my mother handed them to me. It was not long before she passed away, and she handed them to me, and she said, "I really want you to have these." And I said, "Mom, they're so pretty, but I don't really think I'm going to have all too many occasions to wear them." And she looked at me with those sparkly blue Irish eyes, and she said, "You might be surprised." Well, I am certainly surprised. I'm wearing them, Mom. Surprised and infinitely grateful to her and to my dad, who are my heroes, because they were always so steady and true and always walked the good walk. I'm also grateful to my beloved 6 children, Jessie, Corinne, Clarice, Cullen, Danielle, and Brianna. I hope I didn't forget any of them. They expanded my heart in ways that I never thought possible. And I'm grateful to my 3 brothers, John, Jeff, and Rick, who helped shape, form, and yes, toughen me up. I was thinking it would be difficult to be an unsung hero without the accompaniment of so many other unsung heroes. I am deeply blessed to have been granted the privilege to walk with hundreds, if really not thousands of them. As an educator, I stood in awe of my students at Mesmer and Pius XI Catholic High Schools, the students at Malcolm X Academy Middle School, and the table setters at St. Francis Borgia Elementary School. Their resilience and drive is nothing short of something holy. And then working in urban ministry for the Archdiocese of Milwaukee, I marveled at the neighborhood change agents in the Amani neighborhood who allowed me into their sacred space for several years and shared with me their hopes and dreams for justice and transformation in their neighborhood. And finally, every single day,
I am in awe of all the beautiful women who are survivors of sexual exploitation that I am privileged to live in community with at St. Bakhita Catholic Worker House. They are true heroes. Facing unimaginable trauma, they somehow find the strength to take each moment step by step as they work to heal, pursue their educational and employment goals, and find their rightful place in the world. And they do so with such courage and grace. And I would be remiss if I did not thank the Capuchin Friars who gifted us our big, beautiful home, and the School Sisters of Notre Dame who built it. They have been a steady beacon of light in Milwaukee for over a century. Dorothy Day, the foundress of the Catholic worker movement, often said, "We have a duty to delight in beauty and goodness." Well, Carol Meekins, you gracefully and tirelessly show us how that's done. And thank you so very much to all the kind and talented people at TMJ4 Positively Milwaukee, and all those gathered here today who deeply inspire me and remind me of what is good and beautiful in this remarkable community. Ultimately, I believe all good things are done through the grace of God, and that's a song that must never be unsung. Thank you.
This is the exciting part, and this is well-deserved. The Inspiration of the Year Award for 2023 goes to Ann Haines.
And we get to invite you back up on the stage. Your pearls are coming in handy. And congratulations. Would you like to say a few words? A few more, Anne?
I think I talked enough. I used up my full 3 minutes. I am just shocked and so grateful for this award and so grateful to all of you. And every person here is deserving of this. I am just utterly in awe of the people and their stories. It was such a joy. This evening is something I'll remember for the rest of my life, and I can't wait to go home and share it with all the women. And thank you so much for just being wonderful people. We need that in this world today. Thank you,
Well, Anne, you had a strong fan club nominating you, so congratulations, Anne, our unsung hero and our Inspiration of the Year.